A first simple example: breaking down hunger. For greater precision and clarity, we feel we ought to specify that the modular breakdown technique applied to hunger has nothing to do with the so-called mindful eating method. We had developed this method before the great diffusion of other techniques linked to mindfulness, and you will briefly see we work in a different way and aim at different goals. We move from the neurobiology of hunger and taste and re-elaborate the sensory and tasting analysis techniques developed by chefs, sommeliers, and food sciences. In this first example, in particular, we will deal with hunger, but you can do the same thing with flavor, taste, and pleasure. Modular breakdown, as the name suggests, is a technique that aims at decomposing something big and complex into smaller subparts. This way, it's possible to increase the levels of awareness, evaluate which factors are more relevant, and in what way they reciprocally influence one another. We obtain the possibility to identify which are the crucial factors and decide how to intervene in a targeted way. In the case of hunger, we must move from the idea that this feeling is at the same time clear and immediate for those who experience it, and actually a vague and multidimensional factor. If we think of the moment we start perceiving hunger, it isn't easy to remember what exactly triggered it, and this is for different reasons. Often, we don't pay attention to our body. Actually, we tend to ignore it, maybe because we need to complete a task or something. Furthermore, there are mechanisms for which some signals are directly linked to hunger, while others are its consequence. To make things clear, it's important to break down this feeling into pieces and work on certain lines. One involves the physical localization of feelings. Is it a feeling in the stomach? In the high or low stomach? Do you feel it only in the stomach or also in other parts of the body? What do you feel in the esophagus and in the mouth? Another example regards the definition of the exact degrees of the different feelings. What type of feeling is it? Acidity, astringent feelings, contraction, pain, discomfort, or what? It's possible to define the intensity of each of these feelings. How much acidity do you feel from 0 to 10? Is it a light, medium, intense, or pervasive pain? Is it irrelevant, tolerable, intolerable, or disabling? We can work on the changes in our state. Has salivation increased or diminished? Has our heartbeat become faster? We can also work on the changes that aren't apparently connected to the feeling in object. Have you a headache caused by hypoglycemia? Do you feel tension or generalized irritability? And so on. Then, there are the interfering factors. Is it better when you are on your own or with others? Does something change in a warm or cold environment? Going for a walk or changing the air in that room changes the previous points?